Hello, hello, CEO teachers. Welcome back to today's show. It is my 37th birthday today. Crazy. Well, not today, not the day I'm recording this, but the day that you're watching this. And I just wanted to say thank you for giving me the best years of my entire life. Every single day I wake up and I go, man, I can't believe that this is my life. And so I cannot start today or any day without just saying thank you to all of you. Thank you for listening to our show. Thank you for showing up for us on Facebook Live. Thanks for being there on Instagram. Thank you for trusting me as your coach. It has been such a beautiful journey. I am so eager for 2024 to really get rolling. So my goal is to go somewhere to travel every single month. So I am loading up my kids and taking them to Sedona this week, which is really exciting. And yeah, this will be Sissy's first plane ride. Pray for me. But I just can't wait to get 2024 started and to stop living my life in the what if. It's been a beautiful year so far, and I can't wait to see where this is going to take us. But I wanted to answer a question because I thought it was such a good way to introduce the life of TPT in 2024, right? Is the Teachers Pay Teachers money train over? Because so many people lately have been saying, I just don't think you can make money on TPT like you used to. And I want to start with this quote. It says, only earning money from your day job is like only eating corn for the rest of your life. Diversify your income sources. And Forbes magazine says, in a world of saturated markets, it's important to find your own niche. You want to stand out and create something that's uniquely yours. With that said, let's get this party started and chat about, is the Teachers Pay Teachers money train over, or is it just getting started? And I'll see you in today's show. Teachers, can we all agree on something? You're absolutely awesome at what you do. You know it. Your students know it. Your colleagues know it. From the outside, you're doing all the things right. But what happens when you need a little pick me up, a pep talk, a support system to keep all those parts moving flawlessly? And the people that you hang around every day, they're just not it. You need something more. What happens when your ideas, they feel stagnant and you just can't think of one more thing to put out into the world because you are just overworked and you're so tired? What happens when you, as the teacher, need inspiration and some advice? Well, I have all the answers that you need. You find the only online teachers lounge that'll guide you and allow you to show up for yourself, for your students, and your family in a more abundant way. Friends, Teacher TV, it's back and better than ever because we don't just believe in surface level support. We did Teacher TV back in 2020, and it was amazing to see all of your faces. We are coming at you every Thursday on Facebook for nothing else other than to serve teachers. We're going to share some tough love concepts, super tricky tips, and some secret sauce that no one else is sharing in the world of online teaching or in creating a teacher business, just to show you the love that you deserve. We're not just teachers. We are the cheerleaders that you didn't even know that you needed in your life. So make sure you come check us out. It's an extra credit bonus exclusively for you, even more than this podcast. It's way better than a jeans day pass. You're going to peel back the layers, and we're going to give you the 1, 2, 3 on all things teacher life, from education to marketing to fun and everything in between. Just show up in your comfies, come chat with us, network, share your ideas, and get inspired alongside a community of educators who get you and the important work that you do each and every day. Join us every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Teacher TV. Stop what you're doing right now, unless you're driving, and head on over to CaseyMorris.com/teachertv to RSVP for this week's live stream straight from the CEO Teachers Lounge. 2024 is going to be our year, teachers. Let's do this. Go to CaseyMorris.com/teachertv to RSVP, and I'll see you there. Deep down, you probably know that you could be getting a lot more bang for your classroom buck. You're already doing most of the work, teachers. You're differentiating your lessons. You're creating quality activities. You're doing things that your students are already participating in. And you may hear a lot of noise in the online space that tells you that Teachers Pay Teachers, or TPT, and other websites are no longer worth your time, that you're just going to make pennies on the dollar. Well, let me give you a slight shift in perspective of what the world looks like as TPT has evolved and grown in 2024. The following TPT success is just a handful of some of our students, what they are doing, how they are thriving. And it's not just because they took their classroom resources and put them on Teachers Pay Teachers. Yes, those days are gone. You see, these teachers really know how to find the gaps in the marketplace. They really learned how to optimize their content using search engine optimization. Plus, they know how to create resources that are in high demand. And it is estimated that there are nearly 1 million sellers on TPT now. So you've got to work smarter moving forward on Teachers Pay Teachers instead of harder. Now, I didn't say that it is impossible. I didn't say that teachers aren't doing it, because they are. And here's a little bit of our success stories. Our first is Julia. She said, "What I have made on TPT and my membership gets me about half of my teaching wage each year." Sarah said, "Every month this year, I did better on Teachers Pay Teachers than last year. I'm also finishing the year with double the earnings from the year before." Robin said, "I beat my last year's TPT earnings by over $500. Floor said, "My TPT growth is up $500 since last year." And Misty said, "I made more this December than any other December since I started my store." And I recently got a screenshot of one of our students who hit $1 million on Teachers Pay Teachers alone. You don't hear about those stories because they're not celebrated as much as they used to be, because they are so often. When you are the first person, of course, they're going to celebrate them. But now that so many teachers have found so much success, it's impossible for them to constantly be bragging on all the amazing educators. Plus, Teachers Pay Teachers recently switched hands and sold parts of the company. If you're not familiar with it, you can go read about it on the website. But it is interesting to know, and it is important to note about the future of what might happen with that marketplace. So you may have heard that Teachers Pay Teachers is oversaturated. And if you're trying to sell just a one-page resource that doesn't have a unique spin on it, then yeah, you're probably right. It's going to be hard for you to make a really good income that way. So I wanted to share with you some of our best tips, tricks, and strategies to get your TPT store boosted and better than ever. Focus on making, listing, marketing, and selling. Those are the 4 components here. That's what you have to do: make, list, market, and sell. In the making component, the best things that you can do right now in 2024 are creating editable products. No, that doesn't mean you can eat them. That just means that teachers can take them and plug and play whatever they need into them by using something like Adobe. You want to be sure to add black and white printable options so that teachers are easily able to print what you have instead of having to run to the copier and maybe using color copies that don't look good for all of their learners. You want to make sure that fluff and cute are now out. It's not so much about clip art. Instead, everything needs to be research-backed, differentiated, and of course, standards aligned. You must, as always, secure your resources, and you want to do this in the safest, most effective way so that teachers can't resell what you have or just give it to everyone on the hallway. In the listing component of your Teachers Pay Teachers store, you want to make Teachers Pay Teachers products that stand out when you list them. And to do that, you must learn the proper ways to optimize their descriptions. You must also learn how to create eye-catching previews, because people are now watching around 84 minutes worth of video in their daily life. Isn't that crazy to think about? But if you really think about TikTok and Instagram and all the ways we're consuming television right now, it is simple to say that if you are not creating video previews for things that you want to sell online, the chances of you selling it aren't as good as if someone is creating the same resource that you are, but they have a video preview to go with it. Moving on to the marketing section, make sure you understand how your products solve a much bigger problem than just a one-off thing. It's giving the students time to really learn additional skills, create products that teachers are actually searching for. Yes, you may be great in one area, but if you don't understand search engine optimization, especially this brand new wave of SEO as we move into the next generation of the internet in 2024, it's going to be very hard for you to stand out. Google is no longer rewarding people who've been here the longest. Instead, it's going to be rewarding people who do the right things the most. And so We are team white hat strategy over here. If you don't know what that means, it just means that we're going to follow all of the rules that Google puts into place. So if we're utilizing those on our websites and our blogs and our social media and on TPT, it's going to reward us the best because we are using white hat strategies. You want to make sure that when you're marketing, you also can find gaps in the marketplace. I've said this a million times, but no longer can you just create what you want. You have to create what people need. And knowing what people need is a science. It is research proven. You have to get in there, go digging and say, I love doing this, but people need this. How can I marry these two together and live in a perfect world where I get to do what I love, but I also get to give people what they want? It all starts with understanding search engine optimization so that we can see what's being researched, what's being searched upon, and how often teachers are getting online to look for what you want to offer. Next is adding key pages can elevate your product pricing strategy. So selling a product for $2 is no longer recommended. We want to make sure that we're getting those products in the $4, $5, $10 range, because if you're selling products for such little value, you're going to have to sell very high volume. Little value, high volume. If you have high value, you often can sell less volume to make great money. So things that include something that would allow you to value your products higher is teacher's notes, fully written out lesson plans, sub-plans, differentiated lessons, and easy accessible content. Next is selling. Selling is so important. And the great news is as teachers, you are already hardwired to sell in a compassionate way that doesn't feel pushy and it doesn't feel like everyone else on the internet. Find innovative ways, though, that you can get your products in the hands of your perfect audience, because we can't rely solely on Teachers Pay Teachers to market our products. But here is a huge tip. Do not use social media to list your new products. Instead, we're going to teach you how to make real connections on social media that have authentic conversations with your prospective buyers. You must paint the transformation of what your students would look like before they got their hands on your products and what they look like now. Did you know that the average millionaire has 7 streams of revenue? And once you have completed all the work required, it's time to upload your product. Make sure that you really, truly believe that the TPT money train is not over. List it on your own website too, just to make sure, and diversify your streams of income to create a solid business strategy. Thanks so much for listening, friends, and I'll see you in next week's show.